Hey, good morning everyone. Welcome back to Corey's Whitetail Woods. I am on a pre-dawn scouting trip to a public land spot that I came to a couple of years ago, like 2.5 years ago, and I did some scouting that spring, and then I never did go back. I never got a chance to go back there and hunt. So my intention is to go to this secluded place that is a lot easier to get to by boat than walking. Plus it's a safer way to get in without spooking all the deer. So what I'm hoping is that my tactics will pay off during early muzzleloader this year, and I'll be able to get in there and either do a ground hunt or hunt from a tree. I think if I can find a good place to ground hunt, that would be better, because then I can move around if I need to in the early morning once it gets light, and I won't be stuck in a tree. So, but we'll see. It just depends on where it is. If it's real thick where I want to set up, where I saw last year, then I need to try to find a good tree to get in, because I need to get up off the ground. So if I see a deer, I'm not like face to face with it when I see it. So anyway, we'll see how this goes. I'm going the most direct route, I think, to get there. I'm going to track it on OnX on my way back, and hopefully I can take the most efficient route even in the dark. So it's about half hour before sunrise right now. Let me show you my boat here. This is a 1981, I believe, Sears and Roebuck. It's an aluminum boat. It's a I think it's 16 feet 9 inches, and I built these extra seats on there. One of them goes across one of the crossbars, and then the other one I just had to build my own crossbar for it, so I can actually put 4 people comfortably on here. And I wired up some lights. Got one light in the front, one light in the rear, and I got this old 30-pound thrust trolling motor. This thing's pretty old. It's a dual prop. I put some new clamps on it, and I just went and bought myself a Mighty Max 12-volt gel battery. So we're gonna see how this goes. It's a test run to get to this spot and see how quick I'm timing myself, to see how quick I need to get there, how much time I need to get there, and also make sure I can do this. Well, I was originally trying to do it in the dark, but it got light on me. With this beautiful sunrise, I want to give the scripture of the day. It's Matthew 6:6. But you, when you pray, go into your room, and when you have shut the door, pray to your Father who is in the secret place, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly. That is a good scripture verse to follow. I'm going to that spot right there, that patch of land. It's a peninsula. And the reason why this peninsula is such a good place to hunt by boat is because above it, about a mile above it, you've got a couple of fields, and then even further up past that is the parking lot. And so you have to park in the parking lot, walk down through the fields, or skirt the fields, just to get down to that spot. So by the time you've done that, you're going to have pushed all the deer every which way. So my intention is to hunt this on a north wind. So since the end of that peninsula where I'd like to hunt is north, if the wind's blowing from that direction and I come in from the water, it's blowing right up off the water, and that way I can access it by boat without spooking any deer at all, quietly get into a tree or into my spot, and they won't know what hit them. So hopefully this tactic works. Alright, so I finally got to my spot, and man, it took longer than I thought with that trolling motor. It's roughly it's a little over a mile and a quarter. I got the boat right there, and I'm climbing up this really steep hill. You can see that tree right there is jutting out straight out from the side of that hill. So hopefully you can get a feel for how steep this is. So I'm going to climb up here and try to access a waypoint that I put in 2.5 years ago, back in April 2020.
All right, I think this is the area that I wanted to be in because it's real thick back here, and I see some deer sign already. There's a nice size scrape right here. Let me show it to you. Yeah, this actually looks pretty fresh. A licking branch. Got an oak tree here that's already dropping. That's a good sign. Here's another scrape here, and that may have been a buck. I just jumped up. It was probably only about 20 yards away from me. I didn't see it because it's so thick back here. I was still on the other side of those bushes coming this way, and I think it was right over in this area. I could probably find its bed if I look around. Well, I finally found the area where I dropped the pin. I kind of went around it to get over to it because I couldn't come through that way. The boat is directly that way, but I skirted the whole area, went around this way. Found some other really good looking spots. I got within 10 yards of that same deer that I just jumped before, and I'm pretty sure it's a buck. It sounded like it was by itself. You got scrapes, a lot of scrapes around here. I'm seeing a few beds. Here's a bed right here, and it's just real thick back here, but I found a couple of places where it's dropping some acorns. So I think the original reason I picked this spot here was because I saw a bunch of rubs over there, like over in that area, and that's about where I was thinking of sitting on the ground. But really, honestly, around here you can't see very far in front of you. So, and this is like, we're talking early muzzleloader, so it's fairly early season, and I'm looking up here. There's not really a lot of good trees to get into. There's a couple here, but that's, if you get high enough, that's gonna obstruct some of my shots. So I think I'm gonna go back over to this clearing that I just went through over here when I originally jumped that deer from, and there was a tree over there that I'm going to check out. Alright, I finally found a tree that I'm real excited about. This one right behind me, it's a nice straight tree. I can get about 22, 23 feet up into it. I've got a nice open area here where I can see about 30 yards on all sides of me, except behind the tree. And there's lots of evergreens around here for good cover. If I should get to the tree too late by boat, there is an option right over to my left here for a ground blind setup that I predetermined, and that still gives me a pretty good view of the area if I don't have time to get up in the tree. I've got a scrape or two off in this direction. There's acorns over here, plenty of beds around this whole area. This is the spot that I jumped a deer from when I originally came in. He headed that way. Well, I don't know if it was a buck, but it sounded like a lone deer, so it may have been a buck. But I've got more scrapes off in this direction. There's acorns to the left, acorns to the right, and acorns behind me that are already dropping, and it's August 31st right now. Remember I was telling you earlier, there's a field up here to the north, below the parking area, and once you get through both of those fields, there is an access trail that comes down towards this point, but it stops, it tapers off about 80 to 100 yards to the north. So I don't think most hunters are going to come down this way. They're probably just going to disperse at the end of that trail and hopefully push deer this way. And if I can already be down here set up, well before light, then that would be a good thing for me. So yeah, so I got to get to some other hunting spots now. I got 3 other hunting spots I have to go to. It's about 8 a.m. so got a big day ahead of me. And this is spot number 2. Now this is real close to the road, but the only reason I come here is because this is one of the spots I have permission to hunt. So I got my trail cam set up, and I'm still allowed. It's not even early season yet. It's still August, so I'm allowed to put some corn out. So I'm going to do that since it's pretty much right here in town. But anyway, yeah, the deer. I came to this spot last year with my son Clay for Youth Hunt Weekend, and I'll attach that video at the end screen for this one. But he
he had the rifle and was about to shoot a doe, but when he lifted the rifle, the doe saw us in the tree. So so we're going to try again this year. I don't know if he's going to use a rifle, or it might be, I think he prefers to try the crossbow. So they usually come down off of this hill and just come right down through here. So all right, well, on to the next spot. All right, I'm at my third spot I'm coming today. Some of you all may have seen this spot in previous videos, where a couple of my boys got their first deer last year. I'm gonna mow down all this with the sickle, so that, because I've got a post with that where I put the trail cam right there, and there's no way I'm gonna be able to see anything with all this stuff. And just for the heck of it, I don't really suspect anything's gonna grow, but I'm gonna throw some grass seed down anyway in this dirt and just kind of rake it up a bit. And then I gotta do a little bit of maintenance up in my tree stand up there. As I said, I got to put a new burlap piece on the burlap blind on the ladder stand, and then I'm going to do some trimming around the hang-on up there and cut some of these branches up here so I have a better shot to this area behind me. So, all right, let me get started. I'd now like to turn my attention to these tree stands behind me. I'm going to trim around, check all the safety straps, all the ratchet straps, make sure everything's good and safe. This video shout out goes to My Day Off. Matt has got a great channel. He's been a subscriber of mine since I think earlier this year, and his channel just has been a great support of mine, and also his supporters and his subscribers are really good as well. They comment probably more than anybody I've ever seen on YouTube, and just really get involved in the channel. He's got a lot of adventure videos, a lot of fishing videos. Almost every weekend he goes out and does some fishing and grilling out. So eating spicy foods, fishing, ice fishing, hunting, all kinds of stuff. Some months back, Matt did a drawing, I think when he hit one of his subscriber benchmarks, and he drew my channel and sent me a $50 gift card, and I just want to show my appreciation to Matt. Thank you. You have a great channel. Matt contributed to me getting this new burlap blind that goes around this one up here that's all dry rotted, and also I was able to get a pack of brand new Spitfire mechanical broadheads for this upcoming season. So, and that's all thanks to Matt. So thanks a lot, Matt, for that gift card. Big shout out to him. I'll put a link in the description for My Day Off. All right, I'm here with my Uncle Pete at his place. Just put a camera on the last hunting spot, and this is going to be the end of the episode. Thanks a lot, everyone, for watching.
Yeah, I'm going to start up the 77, 78 truck.
Yeah, he's working on. Wait, hold on. Let me turn it. Oh yeah, Uncle Pete's working on this 1978. What is this? A Ford?
Yeah. Ford F100. Just gotta find out where this bracket goes. That should do
You're
it.
right. and just isn't there one thing right here that's missing?
Oh no. Got the underpants. Everything's all set.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next time.